Yo, what's going on, y'all? Akilleez here, back for episode 5 review. Yeah, let's just jump right back into it. Man, episode 5. After coming off the big win on episode 4, um, me and Diddy were definitely on a high. I think we got the momentum going. Um, so when it was announced that we could pick our own teams, man, me and Diddy just gravitated toward each other. Um, it was just like, hey, we've been cool since day one. And I think, we definitely got a good synergy going, especially from us working together on the previous challenge. Um, so it was only natural, that me and him kind of just, formed a team, which was it's a good team, man. He's a character, and I think we really offset each other really well. Um, but most importantly, I think we communicate, and we're just really mature in our decisions and stuff. So um, I think I made the right decision, picking him as my teammate. Um, so yeah, none of us really knew what the challenge was. It's from our lips to the God's ears. It could have been anything. We felt it was God of War, but it could have been anything at that point, especially, man. And the challenges that they've been throwing at us thus far were, you know, kind of left field. So, kind of kept our mind open for anything. Um, but yeah, so we got the togas on and everything else, which is crazy. I'd never put a toga on before. Man, I was just as lost as everybody else was. We're like, how the hell do you do this thing? Like, it's crazy. But we figured it out. I forgot who it was that actually figured out how the correct way to do it. With some assistance and everything else, and they hooked us up. Um, but anyway, so we get out to the beach. We step out there. We see judges and the special guest judge. First, it was my first time in Cali. I've never been to Cali. I've been a lot of places. Never been to Cali. So to be in Santa Monica on the beach, it was pretty nice. I was feeling the vibe. You saw me and Diddy. We had our Diddy let me borrow a pair of his glasses. So we had a little team theme going. But yeah, so we got out to the beach. It was nice. I was feeling the vibe. Then they threw it at us. To say you're gonna be getting these items from the sand, but you're gonna be blindfolded. And I was a little worried about that, just because that's huge, man. Like being able to communicate, especially with all that pressure on you, and you're blindfolded. It's definitely it's a task, man. But I was confident, in mine and Diddy's abilities to really step up and communicate. I knew that we would do well, and we did. From the gate, man. I couldn't see him, but I could just tell that he was just going all out, man, and just trying to grab what he could. Um, they didn't show it, yo, but man, like I had this big ass horse, right? It's like the first thing I picked up was this giant white horse, and I wasn't as thinking outside the box like Christy. Like Christy, picked the basket up first, and she put stuff in the basket, which was ingenious. I mean, hats off, man. That was smart. That was thinking on your feet. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna grab as much stuff as I can in my hand and just keep going. But the first thing I pick up is this giant horse. It was like the thing was like that big, like that tall, and and then Diddy asked, he goes, how big is the horse? And I'm like, it's big as shit. And everybody started dying. It was a funny moment. But yeah. So anyway, so we did well. We communicated well. We got 5 items. One at the last minute, but we got that fifth one, and so I knew that of what we had just went through. I knew it wasn't easy. So for 4 minutes to get 5 items, I think that was I was really confident in how me and Diddy performed. Um, and I wasn't sure how the other four did. But like I said, I was just really, really, really feeling the vibe me and Diddy had, and I knew that we were gonna. We set the tone, and sure enough, we did. To see reality come short, man. That was crazy. I had something in my head. It was like, I know they're gonna bring it. I knew, I was kind of worried about Quaja and Christy because they vibe well, they mesh well together, and So I was kind of worried. I'm like, damn, maybe they, they communicate very well. They might come up with a plan, but definitely Skyden and Chuck, I call him Chuck. Reality's their teamwork was pretty good. They actually got their fifth item there, which was the bottle, way faster than me and Diddy did. So, just I thank the gods for for the stroke of luck. But I mean, it is what it is, and we won. So I was just really excited when they said that we had won, because I think that this challenge, the prize, was the most important prize thus far of the competition. I mean, to get in there, to go behind the scenes and play the game was great, definitely great. But what I was most worried about, and the thing what I was focused on, was actually getting to talk to the people that that are there, that you could be working with if you win the season. So I had my game face on. I was like, man, as soon as they called mine and Diddy's name, that we won, I was ecstatic. But at the same time, now it's like I shift into serious mode. Now it's like, okay, cool. How do I balance my excitement for being there with my just having a professional outlook and demeanor, so that I can show these guys, hey, yeah, I can definitely be a kid, but I'm definitely professional, and I'm going to show you guys that I'm well spoken, I'm confident, and I'm just well rounded. So and show them what I have to offer. So that's what was going through my head when they first called our names. Now the decision time to actually pick another person to come through with us, it's a lot more strategic than it showed it. I mean, because me and Diddy we had to pick one person to come with us. Okay, so we could have picked who we thought would have been the worst communicator, or the worst who would have given the worst impression. But then how would that look on us? I'm not taking it from her, but if I would have chose Skyden, with her, where she's very loud, she's very vivacious, and I just think that that might have made a bad impression, not only on her but on me, because I'm bringing there. I chose her to come with me, so then when the team sees it, they're like, oh, so he chose to bring this loud person with him. Like how's it gonna make me look? So that's why I chose to bring Christy, because I knew that she'd make actually the best impression, and that would not only make her look good, but that would make me and Diddy look good too. So I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried about anybody outshining me. You can't be. When you're in that situation, you can't worry about what the other person is going to do, or what your competitor is going to do. You need to stay focused, and you need to just bring your A game and just give 100%. Give 100%. Because if you're worried about what they're doing, then you're not focusing on what you're doing, and your mind is just not 100% there. So, I wasn't worried about anybody else outshining me, or anything like that. So, and time for elimination came, and they didn't. I gave the best impression. So, I was definitely surprised, definitely ecstatic, and that meant the world, because I made a great impression on the people that I could be working with. So, hands down, I said last episode was my second favorite. This episode had to be hands down my top. I mean, my number one, because I was able to go in there, sample the game. The game is awesome. You guys are gonna freaking dig it. It's gonna just surprise the hell out of you guys, and you guys are just gonna love it. But at the same time, really, get a feel for the work environment that I could have. So that was key. We go back into the loft. We try to downplay it a little bit. I was trying to. I kind of pep talked him earlier. I was like, hey, let's go in there, just be serious, say it sucked, and I was trying to hold it as much as I could. And then Diddy was like, nope, that shit was dope. But yeah, man, I kind of knew, in my head that hearing them talking in the car ride back, that that Quaja really didn't do too good, and Charles kind of dropped the ball for his team. So I kind of had a feel for what the judges were going to say, and who they were going to target. So elimination time comes, and sure enough, Quaja and Reality are on the chopping block. I definitely agree with the criticism that Todd gave, Diddy. Diddy is when you see him on the show, Diddy is a wonderful person. I mean, he's animated. That's how he is in real life. He's really he's just very vibrant. He's just full of life, man. I mean, he's a really good guy. But it's really hard to see, that if he can switch it off, which I know he can, because we've had serious conversations, and I know how he is, when he's on serious mode. But definitely, when you hear criticism, you just you got to take it and apply it, especially if it's something that that is true. Um, but yeah, so Charles and Kayla, Okwaja in reality, they're on the chopping block. Um, and Charles throws the curveball. He kind of stepped into villain mode, a little bit, and with the whole, we can't be friends, and it's trying to get game faces on. Well, I'm sorry, but my game face had been on since day one. Yeah, I was cool with everybody. Yes, I got along with everyone. But my game face has been on since day one. I always kept it in the back of my mind that I'm there for a competition. I'm there to win something, and I need to beat every single person here in order to do that. So at the end of the day, yeah, we can't be friends. We have to really fight each other. So I already know that. That was already instilled in me from day one as soon as I stepped in the door. But he went into his back was against the wall, and he went into villain mode, which is fine. I mean, hey, that just means that the competition is going to be more and more intense, and I thrive off that shit, man. So definitely bring it, because I'm gonna bring it. Bring an A game, because I'm definitely gonna bring mine. But yeah, so it was really sad to see Kayla go. Kwaja she's she's a good soul. And I was proud of her to hear her say, when she got eliminated, and to hear her interview after, I was very proud of her, because she doubted herself, and I was there to actually to try to keep her head up, and she definitely learned a lot about herself and the potential that we saw in her, and she was able to see that afterwards. So definitely, I was happy to see that. So hats off to you, Kayla. But yeah, so that's the episode 5. You guys are in for a treat on the next episode. It's definitely goes down. So can't wait for you guys to see that and get your reactions to that. Don't worry about the Q&A. I know I've been promising it for a little bit, but I've got something really special in mind, and it's kind of hard to get the times right. But keep an eye out for that. And the surprise is gonna be worth waiting for. So other than that, man, you guys comment down there, and I definitely appreciate all the love, support you guys have been showing. Not only myself, but the others as well. And I know they appreciate it too. It feels really good to read the remarks, and just get that support, man. And I never really ever thought of myself as a role model, or somebody for someone to look up to. But hell, man, I mean, if I can do that for you, I mean, that's I'm on cloud 9, man. You guys are making this experience 110% better. So thanks a lot for that. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, anyway, so I'm signing off. Until next week, and look out for the Q&A. Take it easy.